our job as leaders, as coaches, as mentors, guides, facilitators, is to become so sovereign within ourselves, so embodied, so grounded, so untouchable in our own knowing and wholeness, that the environment through which we are holding our clients is then in that frequency. And our job is to lead the client back to their sovereignty, their power. I'm so excited. If you are hanging out with us right now, it means that you have been exploring and considering joining Becoming Certified, which I believe is the best certification on the planet. But you don't need to hear it from me. You get to hear it from women leaders just like you, who once sat in that seat of consideration and where they are now. And I'm elated to be hanging out with the one and only Laurie Hawkins, an absolute master of growth, of leadership, of development, and super excited, Laurie, for the work you're doing now with leaders and AI and the integration of this crazy, amazing, perfect storm that we're in. So before we chat all things certification, will you just share a little bit more about the work that you're doing in the world right now?
Thank you. I am I'm vibrating with joy to be here, because everything, Tracy, that you create and what you're putting in the world and supporting people like me to elevate and expand, it makes me emotional. It's so powerful. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my work in the world, I'm a business owner, a CEO, a founder, like many people that will be listening to this and exploring their future. I work with leaders, and right now we are at a very interesting time. So I'm the host of a podcast called Leading in the Age of AI. And it is about this intersection of technology and humanity that we are sitting in, and how we ensure and take the opportunity to put human first, but also from the lens of future focused. We can't leave one of these things behind. We want to just enable this opportunity for human intelligence and who we are as people to finally be able to be elevated and use technology as a resource to enable that at a deeper level. So that's what I'm playing with.
You know, I'm obsessed with it. You and I love this space, right? And just the whole conversation, what a gorgeous moment in time it is to illuminate how important it is for our humanity, right? And what that opens up for, also for real transformation and the work that we do. And I say we, because you are certified in neuroidentity evolution, which used to be my work. And then once certification starts, it becomes our work, and it makes me overjoyed. So my first question for you is, where were you in your business and in your life before you got certified with us?
So when I became certified in neuroidentity evolution, I was a successful business owner. I had been a successful business owner for over 16 years. I was a recovering corporate leader. And so I have a lot of business experience, and I love business. So working with high-end leaders, business thriving and growing. And yet I couldn't figure out this gnawing thing that kept going inside of me for a few years. And it was this tiny voice saying things like, you're meant for more. There's something more you're supposed to be doing in this world. And then this constant, trying to unravel, but what? It was like having this talk with two people inside of my head of but I'm doing so much already. What more am I capable of? I don't have more time. My calendar was exploding, and I felt like I was doing all the things, but I wasn't feeling it. And even to the point where I remember I was running a retreat for women, and this one woman said, "What the fuck is it all for?" And in that moment, I was like, that's the question that I've been trying to figure out.
Let's just let that land, because
And I had a beautiful life, beautiful family. I'm a mom of 4 beautiful children. My marriage was good at that time. I would say it's thriving and fucking amazing now, but at the time it was good. Life was good. but I was not feeling, I was like, what the fuck is it all for?
Yeah. I get that. So, what was the catalyst for choosing to come to the certification with us, especially given all of your success, your accomplishments, right? You didn't need the certification to get to a certain place based on where you were. So, why?
So one of the answers that kept coming up in the what was missing is this body connection. So I'd been personally exploring a little bit of somatic, a little bit of more the language you used was not familiar to me at the time. So I wouldn't have said neuro identity at the time, but I knew that there was something deeper, more emotional based, the body based. I was not in my body at all. So trying to play with that a little bit, was meditating, was really studying Joe Dispenza, getting to know that sort of meditation piece. So I was starting to connect with that. And I will just say it was the most perfect accident, not that you came across my desk one day and there was you and you were on a podcast and you were speaking and it was like, that is the voice. I have goosebumps right now. That is the voice and it was your energy and the words coming out of your mouth is like, that's what I've been seeking. That's the answer I've been seeking. And then it gets really funny because I'm like, I found her. So then I go straight to your website. I'm looking at all the things. I'm like, that's it. That's what I need. I have this whole piece in my business, but I don't have that piece. Oh no, I'm not thinking about what Laurie needs at this point. I'm just like, this is going to be the thing for my business growth. Now I'll be able to say that I have like both sides of these things. And I already had heart-centered leadership, big on the heart-centered leadership. Now I actually am connected to it. And I thought I was at the time, but it really wasn't. So I just was like, this completes the puzzle of how I work with my clients.
Mm.
So when I
Yeah.
found you, that's what it was.
Yeah, so I love this because let's go into the part of but what really then transpired, right? Because this
Yeah.
speaks to who you've become
Mhm.
and how resonant what you're saying is even for me when I remember years ago having that same lens and the beautiful leader listening right now you are considering becoming certified because you are so heart-centered and you want it for your clients because everything you learn and do is to pour into them.
Mhm.
And when we don't realize that we must do it with ourselves, in ourselves, and for ourselves first.
Mhm.
And that's when, right? So talk me through where you were going there about like, oh, I get to evolve too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I signed up for the whole thing and it still wasn't about my evolution. It was about the certification. And
Yeah.
and I love sharing this because I believe many high achieving women who come into your community and are going to say yes to this certification might be sitting in that same place. And I will
Mm.
say a wholehearted hell yes. The certification itself, gold. And who I have become as a person has literally changed every part of my life. And I didn't know that was going to happen. And you knew it was going to happen.
You'd be like that.
I remember the very moment sitting in certification, probably day 2, I think it was, and you were doing your beautiful teaching and you said something to me and I just started sobbing. I love it. I say you said something to me. You said something to the whole room. But that's a beautiful part of the certification is everything that happens is like you are speaking it to the soul, to my soul you were speaking it to. And I just lost it. I just started sobbing and felt vulnerable in a way I've never felt with a group of beautiful women and you and your team. And it not just was I sobbing, but I felt safe. That was foreign. I grew up in male dominated leadership corporate and still work in a male. I mean, if we're out in that type of business world, still very male dominated. And I would have said I'm vulnerable. And in
Mm.
that moment, I actually learned what safety in the body felt like, what true vulnerability felt like, and to be held in that. And in that moment, I also knew I was going to be and wanted to be a different mom, different leader, different spouse, different friend, different human. Like it was just a moment, boom. Oh, I'm here for me.
Oh, right. So funny how that works. I remember that day at immersion. I remember where you were sitting in the big gorgeous U-shaped setup we had. And I'm so deeply elated for your soul and for who you've become and what you've created, which we'll talk about. The thing I want to underscore is it's because you were held in an environment that
Mhm,
was actually deeply safe,
mhm,
that then energetically and from a nervous system resonance standpoint allowed you to go to a place of vulnerability
mhm,
that your body had previously not been able to let go enough to go to.
mhm. Absolutely.
And like that's the juice.
That's
You
the
know,
juice.
it's like give me that every single day because there's so many things, especially, as we're having a conversation about certification, right? So that other beautiful women can see themselves in you.
Mhm,
And we do this thing where we perceive we understand something like courage, like vulnerability, right? Yet the practice of it, the moment when you are active being vulnerable, is a completely different experience than your intellectualized version of what vulnerability is.
mhm.
Yes.
So
Yes.
beautiful.
So beautiful. So tell us more about these internal and external results, right, of who you've become in all
Mhm,
of your life. And then please take us into how has your business changed and your impact changed?
mhm. Well, the who I've become, I don't know how every day I use this quote that you shared with us somewhere along the journey, connected to everything, attached to nothing. And that I would say has become a life mantra and also something that I really work on helping other people navigate through what that can look and feel like because we were raised the opposite, like attached to everything, meaning of everything, story of everything. I have to figure out why I'm so fucked up. No, you don't. You just like peel all the layers back and learning that we were born whole, we are whole as we are, and then connected to everything, attached to nothing, has given me so much peace and so much energy back. So all the energy expanded on, doing more and finding more answers and trying to figure it all out. Like the tension of that is gone. And now it's every relationship feels richer, more meaningful, more real because I'm real. I'm showing up as my authentic self and not asking for an apology for that. Just like choose me or don't, but I'm going to be my fullest, most loving expression of who I am. And I'm not for everybody. And that's okay. I think I was so desperately trying to be for everybody before, and it was exhausting,
Mm.
absolutely
Mm.
exhausting. And so my marriage is more meaningful. We have these like weekly connected conversations about what's working, what's not, how do we work together on that. My relationships with my children, and I know so many women listening to this are going to resonate with this moment. I was gaining validation from over helping everybody. I was doing, I was trying to like take everyone else's pains and problems away from them for my kids and for my clients instead of just co-regulating with them and really being an allowance of them growing on their own.
Mm.
And I don't get validation from that anymore. I get validation watching other people expand into the greatest version of themselves. Like I've watched my kids grow in ways that I feel like I kind of robbed them in the past, no more. And clients, like they're growing and they're turning into these beautiful, powerful leaders and trusting themselves because I'm co-regulating trust. I trust me. And so now they trust themselves. It's fucking amazing. Like, it's just
sitting there and I'm like, I want to just crawl up in a ball and cry my eyes out. I'm so proud of you. This is what it comes down to. And this is what I'm currently, I love a good rant of my own. And the real thing has come out and, talking all about, basically all the bullshit that this industry has been built on and what it really is going to take. And that our job as leaders, as coaches, as mentors, guides, facilitators, is to become so sovereign within ourselves, so embodied, so grounded, so untouchable in our own knowing and wholeness that the environment through which we are holding our clients is then in that frequency. And our job is to lead the client back to their sovereignty, their power, and insert the kids here too, right?
Yeah.
Because what you're ultimately saying is, I no longer overfunction. And I let people be responsible for themselves and their reactions and how they show up. And when we do that, when we make that what I consider a pivotal shift for a woman in leadership, and that messy middle is hard because you're like, how are they going to this? Are they going to that? How that trick comes up? But it's like, no, just stay, just stay, just stay. And like you were saying, the kids flourish and shine and rise. The clients recognize, oh, I don't actually need Laurie. I want Laurie for her guidance and her mentorship. But what you've ultimately done is helped your clients know, wait, I got this.
Yeah. And what's even like, just to add to that, is working on higher level, that genius zone piece. Not only do I get to spend more time in my genius zone, I'm watching leaders now be able to spend more time there, because when you're stuck in that lower, and at the time I wouldn't say lower, like still doing good work, right? It's just not that work of real expansion. I felt like I was repeating the same month over and over again with my clients, because the conversations kind of stay in the same vibration. And now it's constantly working on the next level expansion for their business or their team. Like we're actually going into those places where I'm seeing businesses grow and expand and seeing the results of their leadership in that, instead of, oh, let's kind of talk about the same problem we might have talked about last month, which is what coaching teaches you.
I read, like, you're so on the same frequency. It's like you're pulling out everything that I just wrote about, right? That the real opportunity / issue about the coaching industry at scale is that it was never actually real transformation in the first place.
Never.
It wasn't. Like, I'm feeling that again, and I just wrote about it. Like, oh shit, because forward-moving progress at all costs, open-ended questions, goal setting, SMART goals, accountability, that is not transformation. And that is the essence and framework inside of every certification, even those that include features of consciousness. None of that is actual transformation, which is what solves for what you just said. You don't circle the same drain a gazillion times when you're actually doing transformation, because the client is actively growing and integrating and changing and becoming.
So powerful. And that through the neuroidentity certification, the becoming certification, that in itself, I learned so much. And I already felt like I had an MBA in working through, and I'd taken lots of courses, learned lots of information, had done my coaching certification 20 years before. And I remember how often I would sit in a session and think, I don't have the answers. So why am I asking all these open-ended questions of like, oh, the answers are inside of them? Are they? And so
Mhm.
I loved going through the certification because not only was I evolving so like rapidly, like boom, boom, boom evolution, which you're ready for because safety is being created in it. Like,
Mhm.
and I was learning and growing at the same time. You were teaching us answers to questions that I've had for so long.
Mm.
And they
Mm.
weren't inside of me. I didn't have them yet. And
Yes.
yet the coaching
Yes.
model was like, no, no, it's inside of you, Laurie. You have the answer to that question. No, I don't have the answer yet.
Oh, this
And
is
so
so
I
good.
really felt like I got the answers to these big questions I'd been asking for a long time.
Yes. Yes. So stay here because there's two things coming through that I want to underscore. One is part of transformation is being able to connect the dots for your clients and teach them something that they don't know so they do have new, profound, deep information, right? Like we're so taught just talk this amount of time and ask the question and move forward. And it's like, wait a minute, how does a client understand how their fear response is functioning neurobiologically? And isn't that important that we share that we illuminate that information so that they can be more self-actualized and self-governing and sovereign, right? So the teaching part, and then because from a deeper lens, the answers are inside of you or are inside of the client. But if the client isn't in their body, they won't arrive at the actual answer, not the manufactured chasing the same level of mind that created the problem version.
Mm-hmm.
The answer isn't there. The answer's here. But to get here, we all have to become skilled at helping the client back to the body.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand that piece. So I would have not gotten there on my, I couldn't have pulled that out of myself because I didn't yet have that level of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So you created this ability for us to understand the knowledge and then be able to go into our body and create wisdom from it. I needed the knowledge. Like I didn't understand how the brain and the body and the mind and I didn't understand how all of that was titrating amongst itself. Or
Mm-hmm.
even the science behind fear. Like really, even though I'd listened to a million podcasts on it, I really didn't get it at the level of my body.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So, what are you most excited about in your business right now as a result of this certification and who you've become?
Okay, the thing I am most excited about is I gave away this coat that I have owned probably since I was like 5. I just carried this coat around and I kept putting new layers on it and it weighed so many thousands of pounds. I don't even know how heavy it was when I finally gave it away. And it was all of the hustle, grind, sacrifice, every time that I would grow, I would add another layer because I had done the hustle, grind, sacrifice, given away a piece of myself. And so I have given that heavy coat away. And now the business operates from frequency and trust and an expansive thinking and deep connection to body. And if something isn't working out, then I'm gonna go to my mat or I'm gonna go to my slam ball or I'm gonna go to one of the practices instead of doing more, grinding more, sacrificing more, which was the old way. And the result of that has been the business is growing without all of that heavy coat being a part of it. And so I love every day the work. And you know what? If I don't, then I pause and I say, what's happening here? Like, let's understand am I back in that zone again? Or am I not going down the right path here? So In my podcast, I'm having more fun than I was having before. I can see my clients growing. They're referring more people to me. In one day, I got 30 requests of like really cool guests to be on my podcast that are living in the same world as me. 30 in one day. I wasn't out like trying to find them. And this is probably one of the biggest things Tracy and I worked on together. And I did do some one-on-one work with Tracy as well, which I highly recommend. And that work was a lot of me detaching from outcomes because I can't come from sales leadership corporate background, number one leader in sales in the country, number one sales rep in the country. So do I ever know like results are the only way that I can measure that I am valuable and successful? And I have actually mostly detached from that. I still have moments,
Sure.
but I recognize them now and I can sit with them now and I don't go back into the old habits of chase, grind, suffer, right? And so I love the business is growing naturally. I'm not attached to, I have a big vision. I know the vision is going to unfold the way that it's meant to, and in its time, the way that it will unfold. And I'm really good with that. I
Oh,
love it. I'm going to Europe for a month. I'm going to walk away from the business for a month.
oh,
And I'm good with it. And I know that it's going to function on its own.
that's right. That's
What?
right. That's
It's
right. I know. It's like,
no.
everyone's like, is this real life? Is this unbelievably
What?
believable? What is happening?
Hmm.
And it's you. You committed, you showed up, you do the work again and again and again, right? It's stunning. Like for me, I'm sitting here just in awe, in awe, and awe, and awe. I am like, okay, so two more questions before I will let you go.
Okay.
What's one thing that surprised you in coming through our certification process? Because this is not even your 17th rodeo. What is something that surprised you about becoming certified?
Something that surprised me was that it was more about me. It's the biggest surprise is that it was more about my own evolution and and my own growth, my own expansion in being able to hold what was good, what was beautiful, what was love, and that everything is actually right here for us and easier than I was ever in allowance of, that it can be easy, that it can be, it really just is all about love. And if we can stay in that frequency and we were born whole. I tell myself that every day because it still surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that we need this work to actually deeply connect to that in our bodies.
Mm.
And I've always believed in community. I grew up in a farming community where you do everything for your neighbors. And as a woman, I've been seeking community since I started my own business. When you're in corporate, you kind of find your community, you think, and then getting out on my own is like, where is my community? And Tracy, you've always said community is the medicine, but this community is the medicine. I have taken more friendships away from this community than I ever have created in a lifetime since my childhood. And they will be my sisters that we do life together and check in and make sure we're good. And I didn't know I needed that. I thought I was good. I thought I had the friendships that I needed. And yet, like becoming me again, finding that true authentic self, the women are in this community that are all vibrating at that level. And it's beautiful. I could go on and on.
I love
I
it.
know
I
you
love
asked for one. Those are
it.
just
I'll take it all. I'm receiving. So then my final question is, what do you want to say to the woman who's listening, who is just still vacillating a little bit, right? She feels like, oh, this sounds great. What do you want to say to her about your guidance?
oof. Okay, I'm getting emotional here. So I'm speaking to you deeply from my soul. This is the work that you are here for. This is the work that we were brought to this world to expand and elevate. And Tracy has created this community and taken all of her years of experience, but actually all the years of experience of every woman who's gone before us and every woman who will come ahead of us has needed. And it's in one place and it's all put together in this beautiful experience. And I am so grateful that I found it, because even the work of like healing all the women of the past and being there to hold hands with the women of the future, that's what this work is. And one at a time, when we come together, we get to just like explode, taking this work out into the world. And that's what we're here for, to hold hands together. And you've found your home. So take a step through it and you will not recognize yourself in a year. Be ready for the ride, but it is so the work of your lifetime.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am deeply grateful. Beautiful listener.
Oh,
You know what to do. If you haven't applied yet, apply. And if you are sitting on your acceptance, enroll and let's do this thing. Laurie, thank you for being you and showing up. And I feel so honored to have my role in your journey. Love you.
love you. Thank you.